Ahoy, and welcome to Captain Matt ASMR, our 1000 Crewmate Q&A Special. Before I begin here, I did want to just take a moment to thank each and every one of you for all of the kind support that you've shown me over this last year. All of the comments, the subscribers, every time you've shared a video and liked the videos, it just means the absolute world to me. And I'm really excited to see where this adventure takes us in the coming year. So thank you again, and let's go ahead and roll into the questions. So I have them written out here in front of me, but I have not scripted any sort of responses. I'm going to do these sort of unscripted, off the cuff, a bit more natural. I've organized them by the most common questions and then got more specific as they went down. If for whatever reason I'm not able to answer your question, or you didn't get the chance to submit one through the Google form or through the post, go ahead and leave one in the comments for me. I will be happy to answer any other questions that this video might bring up, or anything that you think of moving forward down in the comments of this video. So I think the question that was most common was, why pirates? Why did I decide to base my channel off of pirates, piracy, the adventures of pirates? And to which I would answer, don't worry about it. I am passionate about pirates. Leave it alone. No, I have been interested in pirates pretty much my entire life. There are pictures of me dressed as a pirate when I was very, very young. I loved the Pirates of the Caribbean movies in the early 2000s. And then as I got into, went to college, university, I was able to take some classes on pirates, ended up writing my undergraduate thesis on pirates in literature. And it's just sort of been a part of my identity through my whole life. So it only felt normal, natural to base my character, my online persona, my channel, all of it off of pirates and pirate adventures. Just something I'm super passionate about. All right, and it looks like the next most common question was just, why did I start the YouTube channel? What motivated me to begin this adventure, to begin this voyage? And I will say, I had no idea that this was going to be the direction my life was going to take a year and some change ago. This was completely out of the blue. I was perusing YouTube and I came across a channel. Her name is Suma ASMR. You can find her listed under the channel section of my profile. But I listened to her audios and became friends with her. And she basically lit a fire under me. She helped me find a passion for the sort of voice acting that she was doing. She provided me with a bunch of resources and sort of taught me how to audio engineer the videos. And then talking to my younger sister, who has just been a super huge support for me throughout my whole life, I brought the idea to her. And she was 100% on board with it. She wanted to help me moving forward. And just between the two of them, it helped me to create this channel and inspired me to go after this passion that I found. So that's really kind of where everything sort of started and came from, the origins of my channel, if you will. So a lot of you were also asking, what is my favorite pirate movie? And I know it's a bit cliche to say, but certainly the first Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl, that to me is just a flawless movie. I've watched it countless times, and I love the series in general, but it'll always be that first one that was the most magical for me when I saw it, and will continue to love that movie throughout the rest of my life. So I think I'm going to continue sort of answering the questions more geared towards pirates in general, and then speak more to the specifics about my channel a little bit later. So this next question came to us from Crewmate Ratburger7332. Are there any pirates that you look up to? And this is such an interesting question, and I thought I might get that question, what's your favorite pirate? And it's interesting because pirates, historical pirates, were killers, right? They were these terrible, terrible people. And so it's an interesting question because it's like, who is your favorite serial killer? Or, who's your favorite terrible person? So if we take all of that aside, I enjoy the myths, the legends, the whole aura surrounding the pirate Blackbeard. He's probably my favorite historical pirate. And then Captain Jack Sparrow. He embodies what the romantic pirate has become. Less of that violent killer instinct and more of that love for adventure, love for freedom. So that's sort of the best answer I can give for that question. Sort of related, from Arnold Strong, numero uno. Do you live by the ocean? I do not. I would love to someday. I think the sound of the waves is very soothing, but I personally do not live by the ocean, no. And this one comes from Masquerading Dragon. Do you ever have creative blocks when writing, recording, any part of the process? And if so, how do you get past them? Awesome question. So I take what I have read in pirate books, seen in the pirate movies, just all the pirate history and pirate lore that I know, and use that to help inspire the stories that I am creating. Sometimes I'll watch other ASMR artists, other creators, and see sort of what they're doing in the realm of pirates, but I don't want to copy them. I don't want to be too influenced by what they are doing, so I do try and sort of stay in my own lane when I'm creating. So that's where the sort of creative inspiration comes from. And now when I'm writing, if I find that I'm not able to come up with a good tale, a good story to tell, I'll call them filler stories, those sort of one-offs where the plot is a bit thin, I will choose to then pivot and focus more on either the audio engineering aspect, where I can use awesome sound effects and create an exciting scene, or I will try and do a farther voice. I will try and push myself with the voice acting aspect of it. So there's no video that is a complete dud for me. I'm learning, I'm practicing, I'm getting something out of every one of these tales, regardless of whether or not the story is all there. And then, of course, I do take y'all's feedback. I read every single comment that y'all post, and while I don't necessarily take everyone's suggestions, I do try and take what you'd like to see on the channel, combine that with the sort of stories that I'd like to tell, and that way I'm having fun creating the tales and the stories, and you guys are having a good time listening to it, and we're all on this adventure together. And I think those answers also address some of the questions presented by Crumble Muffin 1257, but they also asked, how do you make sure you don't hit certain cliches that one may face when writing about pirate-themed stories? And to that, I would say, when you're writing about pirates, you gotta have fun with it, right? It can't be necessarily too heavy. You want to have fun. You want to know that your listener is having a good time as well. And so I tend to look to other script writers or other creative writers. You'll see the story written by Zoella Fisher, the story that was written by my own sister. Those are more creative. They've got the narrative themes. There's more plot to them. Leave that creative writing to folks that can creative write like that. Whereas for me, I'm okay with having cliches. I'm okay with more silly stories and maybe being predictable with my plots. But I'm just having fun with the writing, and I'm always motivated to come up with something new if I can just be in the world of pirates. And on that note, a few of you did ask, which was my favorite audio to make? And that is a tough one, because there are certain aspects of a variety of them that I'm like, oh man, this was a really fun one to do, and this was very memorable. Off the top of my head, I think the Imprisoned Pirate, where I was able to really stretch the lengths of my voice. I had practiced all weekend to get that voice as perfect as I wanted it to be, and then the audio came out exactly how I wanted it. Again, it was not a super complex plot or anything, but just in terms of my skill as a voice actor, I think for me that was my favorite, and my favorite to go back and listen to myself do. Otherwise, of course, it would be the story written by my sister, our Trapped in the Age of Pirates story, because that one was very fun to perform, and it really pushed me as a voice actor as well. Now we have some specific questions about the audios. How long do you think the Mermaid series will go on for? This is by, apologize if I mispronounce your name, Kayomi_EXC67. I'll be honest, I did not see that audio going beyond the 4 parts. I had a story in mind. I told that story. I left it sort of ambiguous with the ending. And then there was so much feedback, so much, well, where's going to be part 5? Where are we going from here? We need to know what happened. That I was then motivated to come up with a way to go beyond that first story. And it wasn't anything that I was going to create unless I could come up with a good idea. I wasn't just going to pump out a story just for the sake of having another Yandere Mermaid story out there. But I'm happy with the direction the series is going, and I really don't know where it's going to be ending up at this point. So it's a series that I do have fun doing. I think y'all have a good time listening to it, so it will be something that continues. And that does lead into a question from Starry VA. Did you enjoy making the Yandere Pirate audios? And if so, what was your most favorite? If I didn't enjoy making the Yandere audios, there would be quite a few videos on my channel that I was just miserable creating. But no, I do have a good time with that series. You'll see that I do sort of space out those videos because I don't want to burn myself out on them. But my favorite one from that probably was the first one. It was the first time I had tried anything that dark. And it was interesting to see the response. This one comes to us from Grady Gal. Will you be doing more scary audios like the Dominant Pirate series? And it's the same kind of answer as before. I do enjoy creating those types of audios, and y'all seem to enjoy listening to them, so it does seem like that's something that will continue moving forward. I don't want to, again, just put out the videos for the sake of I've now put out another Dominant Pirate audio. I want to make sure there is a good story being told there. But yes, that is something that will definitely continue. And then from Storm, which personality do you enjoy playing the most and which one the least? Specifically, do you most enjoy or least enjoy being sadistic, dominant, caring dominant, submissive, or just straight up insane? Storm, I'll be honest, I enjoy the straight up insane ones. They allow me to really push myself with voice acting, push myself as just an actor in general, and I think I just have the most fun just going crazy. In terms of the least, it is it's a weird experience to hear yourself getting tortured or hurt. So I think those captive pirate audios where I am the submissive character, those are the harder ones to listen to for that reason. And it's not that I don't enjoy making them, they're just a little hard for me to listen to. It's a weird experience hearing yourself get tortured. And from Caesar Ruiz, what collab adventure was my favorite? That's a good question. I had a great time in all of those. So it's difficult to pick out a specific one. I think I've gone back to listen to the most recent one with Quetzal y Verde. Again, somebody that you can find listed under the channel section of my profile. But that one was just so fun and so silly, and she did such a great job with the acting that I think that was probably my favorite one that was a collaboration. And then Caesar also asked, what is my favorite ASMR? Who are my top 5 favorite ASMR channels? Caesar, I will be honest, I do not listen to a lot of ASMR artists. I really found Suma on a whim, and I could not give you a top 5. Certainly, I've got some friends in the community. Again, you can find them on my profile, but I wouldn't be able to give you a top 5. Now, I want to make sure that this video is not getting too long, so I am going to kind of rapid fire through some of these more random ones. Foxo asked, my favorite dessert and my favorite way to have my eggs cooked. Oreo pie, that's a really good dessert. And then it's got to be Eggs Benedict, best way to cook eggs. Biddy Bedrock, what is my opinion on Ailstorm? This is such a good question, and it brings up that as much as I know about pirates, I do not know every single piece of pirate media that is out there. So there are pirate music groups, there's the sea shanties, there's pirate video games. I don't know all of everything. So if there's a song that you think I should hear or a video game you think I should play that's based around pirates, let me know. I'm happy to listen to it. I'm happy to play it. So I've not listened to Ailstorm, but I'd be happy to. I'll have to give them a look. Melly has asked, why is the rum gone? And to that is because I've drank it, Melly. It's because I drank it. This one from Linz Laufeson. Have you ever been to a Ren fair as a pirate? I have not. I've never cosplayed as a pirate before. Not opposed to the idea, it's just never happened. This question from Suma ASMR. Did you have to work your way up to a captain, or were you born a captain? I started out as a lowly deckhand, but after our first adventure, I was able to become captain of the Devil's Heart. She also asked my top 3 Office quotes and scenes. From The Office, definitely the fire drill. That scene is hilarious. Identity theft is not a joke, Jim. That whole scene is wonderful. And then take your pick on That's What She Said. And finally, K's Kronos has asked, would you consider being a space pirate and exploring the stars? Well, K's, we did kind of touch on that a bit when we became Captain Matt of the Azure Star Corps, but I am actually kind of excited and thinking that would be kind of cool to continue that, either as that character or looking more to be a space pirate. So thank you for that idea. And with that, we have reached the end of the Q&A. Again, if I did not answer your question, if this raised more questions, or if you did not get the chance to submit a question, please feel free to comment on this video. You may also reach out to me directly. I have my X profile listed. My direct messages are always open. And also, please be sure to check out the folks that I have listed on the channel section of my profile. They are some great creators. We have Suma ASMR, we have Case Kronos Audios, we have Jemster, otherwise known as Jim the Star, and the other folks that I have collabed with on audio. So please, they're all very talented. They all have helped motivate me and have made this channel what it is. So thank you to all of them, and thank you to all of you. Just one last thank you. And we'll see you in the next adventure next week. Thank you.